Did you know that at every Mass, heaven opens up and angels come down to earth? Many Catholics go in and out of church without realizing what truly happens there. They think it's just a community prayer, a nice tradition, a religious rite. But they are standing before the greatest mystery of faith, and they don't see it. In this video, you will understand why the saints used to say that thousands of angels are present at Mass, and what they do while we celebrate the sacrifice of the Lamb. Everything we're going to show here is faithful to church doctrine and is based on the visions and teachings of great saints like Saint Bridget, Saint John Chrysostom, and Saint Mechtilde. Stay until the end and share this with someone who needs to rediscover the value of Holy Mass. The altar isn't just a table. For those who have faith, it is Calvary itself. At every Mass, Christ's sacrifice on the cross becomes present in a real way, although unbloody, without blood, but with the same redeeming power. That's why the Church teaches that the Mass isn't a symbolic repetition. It's the same sacrifice of Golgotha, made present in time and space, a deep mystery before which even the angels kneel. Saint Padre Pio, who could see spiritual realities hidden from human eyes, firmly said, "If men knew the value of the Holy Mass, there would be guards at the doors of churches." But what really happens when the priest raises the consecrated host? And why do angels come down from heaven at this very moment? That's what you're going to understand now. The consecration is the most sacred moment of the Mass. When the priest says the words of Christ at the Last Supper, "This is my body, this is my blood," the bread and wine stop being bread and wine. They truly become the body and blood of Jesus. At this moment, heaven opens, eternity touches time, and the angels descend. Saint Bridget of Sweden, who had mystical visions recognized by the Church, saw thousands of angels around the altar during the consecration, kneeling with deep respect. They knew what many faithful have forgotten, that God is there. The Catechism of the Catholic Church teaches us that the Mass is a heavenly and everlasting sacrifice. That's why it's only natural that all of heaven takes part. Earth joins with heaven. Angels join with people. Have you ever thought about how many times you've been right there with a miracle and didn't even know it? Like this video if this made you think, and get your heart ready for what the saints saw at Mass. The saints didn't just believe, they saw. Saint John Chrysostom, a doctor of the Church, said that the altar was surrounded by angels during the liturgy, and that they were there with awe and reverence, worshiping the Lamb of God. Saint Mechtilde, while attending Mass, saw angels carrying the offerings of the faithful, taking them to heaven as a gift for God. Even the smallest prayer made with faith, according to her, was presented by the angels before the throne of the Most High. Saint Gregory the Great, a pope and a saint, witnessed angels praising God alongside people during Holy Mass. For him, the liturgy was a sacred meeting between the heavenly choirs and the pilgrim church. This isn't just a nice story. The Church has always taught that the Mass is a cosmic act where the visible and the invisible meet. That's why the saints could see with their soul's eyes what many of us forget, that we are surrounded by angels when we go to Mass. At Mass, the angels aren't just watching, they actively participate in the mystery. First, they worship. With deep respect, they praise the real presence of Jesus at the altar. Even though they are pure spiritual creatures, they kneel before the Eucharist, because they recognize the Lord of Lords there. Then, they intercede for the faithful. Every intention you bring to Mass, every pain, every thank you, is gathered by the angels and presented to God. Saint Mechtilde used to say that the angels carried these intentions in golden chalices. They also protect the celebration. They defend the altar from distractions and spiritual attacks, and they lead the souls who receive communion in a state of grace to a deeper union with Christ. And maybe the most powerful thing, they watch how we act. Many saints saw the angels feeling sad when people weren't paying attention or were distracted, and feeling happy when people were respectful and loving. If the angels, who are perfect, kneel, how can we treat Mass like it's no big deal? Mass isn't just a ritual, it's a glimpse of eternity. At the altar, time folds. There, the past, Christ's sacrifice on the cross, becomes present. The present, our lives, our struggles, joins with Jesus' sacrifice. And the future, the promised heaven, is brought closer. Mass is literally a little piece of heaven on earth. That's why the angels are there, because Christ is there. They don't come for us, they come for Him, for His real, living, true presence on the altar. They come to adore Him, and they invite us to do the same. At Mass, we are not alone. Beside us are the saints in heaven, the souls in purgatory, the angels in adoration, all gathered around the same Lamb, the same offering of love. If you could see all of this with the eyes of faith, how would you experience the next Mass? It's time to rethink how we participate in Mass. If the angels, pure creatures without sin, kneel with reverence, who are we to stand around distracted, messing with our phones or chatting? Mass isn't a time to watch something pretty. It's a time to unite ourselves with the greatest sacrifice in history, to adore, with awe and love, the one who gives himself for us. It's not about feeling or not feeling, it's about believing. Believing that Jesus is present, that the angels are present, that eternity is happening right before our eyes, even if we don't see it. That's why small actions make a big difference. Arriving early, quieting our hearts, genuflecting with devotion, receiving communion with respect and preparation. Showing reverence isn't overdoing it, it's a response of love, and the angels know this. The next time you go to Mass, remember, you're not alone. Even if the church is empty, even if no one beside you seems to be praying, all of heaven is there, and the angels are all around you, kneeling in adoration. Saint Therese used to say that if people knew what happens at the altar, they would die of love. And it's this faith that we need to get back, to start seeing Mass not as an obligation, but as a miracle, a reunion with the living God, a place where time bends and eternity begins to touch our soul. If this video touched you, hit the like button now and subscribe to the channel. And leave a comment below. I believe in the presence of angels at Mass. Your comment might awaken faith in many people. Do you want to understand the prophecies shaping the future of the world? In the ebook Catholic Prophecies, The Future of the World Revealed, you'll uncover powerful messages from the Bible, saints, and Marian apparitions. Most importantly, you'll see how they connect to the times we are living in. Don't be left in the dark. Get your copy now. The link is in the description and pinned comment.